Blessings, dear ones. I'm Amanda Amethyst with Amanda Amethyst Alchemy, and I'm bringing you a tarot reading for the time period between the flower moon, which is the full moon in Scorpio on May 3rd, 2015, through the new moon in Taurus on May 18th, 2015. And this is going to be a general reading. If you're interested in setting up a personal reading or an energy healing session, you can contact me via email or my website or Facebook, and all of those links will be below the video. The time period between the full moon and the new moon has traditionally been a time of letting go, releasing. So this is a great time to ask yourself what your intentions for this time period are, and take a moment to center yourself and to think about your intentions. And also to see what actions or situations or habits or relationships you may be engaging in which are potentially standing between you and the completion of your intentions. If you're aware of anything that is standing between you and your dreams, this is a great time to release that, to let it go, to thank it for its presence in your life and allow for it to move on. I'll be using the 5th tarot deck, which is a beautiful tarot deck created by Martine and Teresina Bakens for this reading, and I'll be doing what's called a 5th spread. So this deck has 5 suits versus the typical 4 suits found in most tarot decks. So the 5th spread takes one card from each of the suits, and it gives us a very holistic view of the situation, or in this period, in this example, the time period at hand for the reading. So once again, go ahead and center yourself and think about your intentions. Take a deep breath in and out. Release any tensions that you may still be holding on to. Just let it go. And bring to your attention anything else which you are wishing to let go of at this time. My intention for this reading is to offer guidance and insight to each of us who sees this video, to bring about our highest good during the time period between May 3rd, 2015 and May 18th, 2015. I call upon our subconscious inner children. I call upon our fully awakened adults. I call upon our higher selves, our guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, star beings, any and all beings who wish to be here for the highest good of all concerned in this reading. I call upon the angels. Thank you for your guidance. We ask to be shown guidance, inspiration, and insights to help us bring about our highest good during this time between the full moon May 3rd and the new moon May 18th, 2015. So I've already separated out the suits because that takes a little while. And so we'll start with the earth suit, stones. Okay. And then we'll go to air, water, fire, and ether, which is the 5th suit in this deck. And in this deck, ether is the soul essence suit. So we'll start off with our first card. In the earth suit stones, and this card represents our physical reality, our daily lives, our physical bodies. Potentially, it could also be our career or finances. And we got a major arcana card, 3, the Empress. So go ahead and take a look at this card. What do you see? What jumps out at you in this image? Does it remind you of anything? Does it have a special significance for you? And if it does at any time, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Yeah, I really welcome feedback on these readings. So the Empress is kind of the ultimate depiction of the sacred feminine. And this sacred feminine is within all of us. It's not just within women, it's within women and men. All women and all men and all beings have both a masculine and a feminine part of themselves. The Empress is the ultimate creatress. It looks like she has a little pregnant belly underneath. It's kind of hard to see, but she has sort of a sheer dress on, and you can see a very round belly. So she's either a very fertile woman, or she is potentially pregnant. And she is the creatress and the protectress of life on Earth. So in this image, we see her protecting the feminine, which is depicted by this flower, and also our plant relations. She's also protecting our animal relations and youth. It's a fawn, it's a baby deer. And she's also protecting the earth. She's standing as an embodiment of a protectress of the earth. She's also a channel for deeper knowledge from the moon, from the Pleiades, from Venus, knowledge from the stars. So our femininity is our receptivity, our openness, our nurturing, sort of a mothering energy. So are you being gentle and mothering with those around you? Are you being gentle and nurturing to yourself? These are great questions to ask yourself at this time. And these are wonderful attributes to embody in your interactions in this time. To be loving, to be in touch with your emotions and your intuition, to nurture yourself and others. This will help us all at this time. So this card also has a number of glyphs around the edge of it, and I don't have them all memorized, but I do have the 5th Tarot book, so I'm going to look in the back of the book. The Empress, the planetary sign, oh, that makes sense, because Venus is in here. The planetary sign is Venus. Venus represents harmony, peace, and creativity. The star symbol on this card rather, is life. And the Empress is the creatress of life and the protectress of life. The sacred symbol of Mu, the Lemurian symbol here, is motherland. So again, I get that sense of protecting your motherland. And this could be your country, this could be the earth. I feel like it's more the earth. The Mayan glyph, and I don't know how to pronounce this, is Imix, nurturer of the earth mother, creation. So again, this is a message to us to be this mother of the earth, to take care of the earth. So maybe this is a great time to become involved with some sort of nonprofit or volunteer organization, something to help the earth and her people. It's a beautiful first card. Another major arcana card. For air, which represents our mental body, we got the Magician, number 1. Give you a minute to take it in. But this card represents, and the air suit represents our mental body, so our thoughts, our logical mind. And it also represents bringing our thoughts into action sometimes. The Magician is a creator. The magician knows that he has the power, the alchemical power, to create whatever it is which he desires to bring about. We see all of the elements represented in this card. We have fire in the form of the sun and also of lava spewing from this volcano. We of course have water that the lava is flowing into, that is then flowing down the magician's cloak. We have air, we have the sky, we have earth in the volcano and the ground itself. And we also have ether represented here in his magical chalice and also in his staff with this orb on the end of it. So the magician knows how to use all of the elements to bring about that which he desires. He's also working with raven or crow, I guess, depending on where you live. I see it as raven. So allowing guidance from raven or perhaps another feathered friend. And this magician is looking at something. He has his eyes on whatever it is that he's focusing on, and he knows he's firmly holding this staff, and he's going to bring about whatever it is which he desires. It's a 1, so that is the beginning. This is a good time to come up with new ideas and to start bringing them into manifestation, into our physical world. So again, this card has a number of symbols on it. Mercury is the planetary symbol on this card. And Mercury represents thought, reasoning, and communication. The star symbol is light, sound, vibration. So using all of these things to bring about that which we desire, speaking it into being. Creation is the Lemurian symbol, and the Mayan glyph is Ed's Na, sacred mantra, God's house. So again, with the verbalizing, saying these things out loud. What is it which you are wishing to create? Don't just leave it inside your head, speak it out loud. That's one of the first steps to making it into a reality. Keeping a singular focus. and bringing together all of the elements with that clear focus to bring your thoughts into physical form. The water suit card, the shell suit card that we got, is the Elementor of Shells. This is one of the court cards. The water suit is all about our emotional body, our subconscious mind, our intuition and receptivity, and this is the Elementor. This being is one with and has mastered her emotions, and she's using this power to create again. So there's an element of mastery and also an element of creation of whatever one desires in all of these cards. This being is depicted in a very similar way to Venus, rising up with the shell in the background, and she's holding up this orb. So this orb can represent your intention, your idea, your dreams. It could be one step towards any of those things. And there is a lot of activity going on here, and she's definitely in the ocean, but she's sort of parting the seas as opposed to being swallowed up in their depths. So again, this is indicating mastery of the subconscious mind, of the emotions, and this does not mean that every single thing has already been dealt with and worked through. What it does mean is that when these deeper things come up to the surface, the Elementor is ready to see them, to experience them, and to let them pass, to let them wash away. Oftentimes things come up to be seen and to be released, and sometimes when we're very afraid of these things, maybe it's something in our quote shadow which we don't want to see, or maybe it's just something that was so difficult that we repressed it, and when it comes up it's really terrifying sometimes. And that's okay. Just allow yourself to be fully in that, be fully present to whatever it is that's coming up, and then it will come up, be experienced fully, and release. And once we are able to do that, we become this Elementor of Shells, who can then use the full power of our emotions, of our subconscious, of our intuition. Our fire card is the Apprentice of Fire. Another court card. The fire suit has to do with our creativity, our kundalini energy, our sexuality, actions which we take. The Apprentice of Fire is one who is working with the element of fire and becoming a master of this element. This image depicts a stone circle with a ring of fire inside of it and a peace pole inside of that, which is also on fire. And there are fire language symbols, which are based on Hebrew symbols, that are being shown. We also see the elements of earth and air. You could see the clouds as water, and one could certainly argue that these light language images are ether, so this could depict all of the elements. This card, to me, speaks of ceremony. Creating a ceremony. Maybe it's time for you to create a ceremony for yourself to release whatever it is which you're wishing to release at this time. And this may be also a good time to do ceremony with others. There's a circle of stones. It looks like a number of different beings could be involved in this ceremony. This could be a time to look into the fire language or the language of light and learn more about that. But this is harnessing your fire energy, harnessing your creativity, harnessing your sexuality, your Kundalini energy, and allowing it to flow forth and not hiding it from others, but showing it to others in the appropriate settings. So you wouldn't necessarily bring a flaming peace pole out to the library or something. You would bring it to a ceremony with other like-minded beings. So there's also the element of discernment that's coming through a lot for me right now. So that's not to say that you need to censor yourself or hide your true self. I'm just trying to speak about discernment and to know, and that's a big part of becoming a master of any of the elements, and particularly of our fire element, because our fire is very powerful, and for some of us it's a very strong force which can seem overpowering to other people. And so it's good to have discernment and to know when to allow all of this creative energy to burst forth out of you, and when it's more appropriate to keep it reined in and to express it less explosively. This also, to me, has a lot to do with grounding in energies, grounding these things in. The peace pole is grounding it in. These stones are grounding in higher frequencies, and that is also what many of us are here to do at this time. So this is a really potent time of, again, ceremony. Could be ceremony alone or ceremony with others, to release whatever it is we're wishing to release, and also to really ground in these higher frequencies at this time. Our ether suit card, we got the Six of Lotus. The ether suit is the Lotus suit, and this card is oneness. It's a very beautiful card. There's an Om in the middle of a galactic swirl with 6 pink lotuses. So these lotuses are the color of the high heart and the heart chakras. And then there's also, of course, the reference to our third eye with the Om symbol and with this indigo color. And also to our throat chakra. I'm seeing a lot of the chakra colors right now. There's also this, as I said before, this galactic swirl. Is it swirling in or is it swirling out? Or both? So many of us are on this path of oneness. This path of oneness with other humans. And when we're working with the suit of Lotus, this is our soul essence suit. So we're souls. We are souls having a human experience right now. So yes, we are all one with each other humans, and we're one with the earth, and we're one with all of our relations here on the earth, we're also one with all of our relations throughout the universe. The star beings, the light beings, the other aspects of ourself which are out there, and in here and out there. So this is a card of truly embracing oneness. It does indicate also that you're already on this path of embracing oneness here on this physical plane and with our other humans, and that it's time to expand our view and to realize that yes, we are one with all that is. And we all carry this vibration of the Om, this universal vibration. 6 is a love number. It's also a very potent number. It's the sum of all of the prime numbers that come before it. I don't think I said that right. Anyways, it's a very powerful number. And when we feel this oneness, we can emanate and radiate love, unconditional love, for ourselves and for all beings everywhere. Which brings a lot more flow into our experience. So this is a very beautiful and interesting spread. Try to lift it up without tilting it too much. We've got the Empress, the Magician, the Elementor of Shells, the Apprentice of Fire, and the Six of Lotus Oneness. And all of these cards are cards of mastery and cards of expansion and cards of putting this mastery to use to manifest into our lives. So if we can balance all of these things, we will have a very successful, quote-unquote successful, growth-filled time period between the full moon in Scorpio, May 3rd, and the new moon in Taurus, May 18th. Numerologically, we've got a 3, a 1, and a 6. So that's a 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So it's a 1. It's a time of unlimited possibilities. It's a gift. It's a new beginning. And this, of course, is a very potent time. We're in really amazing times right now. It's a blessing to be here with all of you. And I hope that you have found this reading helpful or insightful in some way. I'd love to hear your comments and to be in touch with you. Much love and many blessings.